Hey guys, welcome back to another Xenoblade 3 theory video. This is one that I've been thinking a lot about recently. It involves the clocks that Uni and Mio refer to in the trailer. A lot of people in the community have sort of agreed on a very specific explanation for what they are, so I'm gonna break it down for you guys. Before we dive into the theory, I just want to ask that if you enjoy the content on the channel, please like the video and subscribe. On my recent videos, it seems like a majority of you watching haven't been subscribed, so I'd appreciate it a ton if you could. It lets me know that you like what I'm doing and allows me to make more stuff for you guys in the future. Also, it's free. With that, let's get to the theory. So, to start off, I just want to say that I'm a little unsure about this theory. It's the only one I've made a video about so far that I'm not entirely sold on. I personally just need a bit more information before agreeing with it. I feel like there's a missing puzzle piece to this mystery. A lot of people are already convinced though, so I thought it was only fair to talk about it. One of the many confusing things we've learned about Xenoblade 3 is the ages of the main party. We see that Uni is very clearly a High Entia, but she manages to be 18 years old, despite the fact that in High Entia terms, she should look like a toddler. Similarly, many people, myself included, are pretty sure that Lanz is a Machina, but he's 18, and that's equivalent to a newborn baby for them. They're all 18 or 19, and are all different species that have different lifespans, but they look to be in the same stage of life. This should not be possible. The crux of this theory is that the clocks are syncing up the ages of all the characters. How this happens, we're not exactly sure, but a lot of people point to the tattoos on the new characters. Whatever the tattoos are, they seem pretty important since the design is inside of the 3 in the logo. They might just tell us how much longer each person has to live. Who knows? What many are confident about is that the clocks are directly connected to the off-seers, Noah and Mio. Their job is to sort of send off the soldiers that die in the war. They play their flutes and all these particles appear to presumably send the dead to the afterlife or something. But it's possible that what this actually does is recycle their ether energy or life energy and fill up the clocks. And before some of you think I'm jumping to conclusions, Uni does reference the act of filling up the clocks.
What good filling up these flickering clocks in our eyes? It will never replace the friends we've lost.
While some of this statement is ambiguous, she says that the clocks are being filled, and it seems to be connected to people dying. The idea is that whatever these clocks are, they're able to perpetually recycle the life energy of the dead to provide for the people who are alive. This fits in thematically from what we've seen previously in the Xeno series. There's this common thread of history repeating itself and humanity's cycle of destruction and rebirth. This could just be another variation of that. We also know that at the end of Xenoblade 2, the conduit just kinda leaves. So potentially anything that it was connected to would need some sort of alternate power source now, which is where the clocks come in. Taion even says,
"They're not your friends anymore. They're his fuel."
So who is he? Likely someone who controls the clocks. If all of this is the case, I would imagine that this doubles as a form of population control. After all, if you had individuals who could live for thousands of years constantly being born like Machina, that may put a strain on an already tough energy situation. I keep talking about these clocks, but what do they even look like? Well, it seems like there are multiple types based off of the dialogue in the trailer. But this machine here that Noah and Mio are fighting seems to be, or contains, the flame clock. This green symbol here might represent how much of the clock is filled. This same symbol also appears on the weapons of the party members as well, so even if this theory is wrong, there is almost certainly a connection. This symbol also seems to change to be an ouroboros at some point, most likely when it's filled. The ouroboros is an ancient symbol that depicts a serpent eating its own tail and represents the idea of life, death, and rebirth. If you remember, Melia references ouroboros at the end of the trailer.
Ouroboros abhor this world.
If this system is in place, I would imagine that she had some sort of hand in it. So why is she saying that it abhors this world? Maybe it was a reluctant implementation. Another likely answer is that the party calls itself Ouroboros, sort of like how Torna in Xenoblade 2 named itself after the Titan. Another possibility is that Ouroboros is a completely different faction. It's been revealed that the central theme of this game is life. Noah even says, fighting in order to live and living to fight in the trailer. This world has been consumed by fighting in order to sustain itself. The question is, do any of these characters initially know how this situation is? Do they know the extent of our possible knowledge when the game begins? Either way, I look forward to seeing these characters react to whatever the revelations are. What do you guys think? Are you with me and think we need a little bit more information here, or are you certain that this is the main conflict of the game? Either way, drop it down in the comments and like the video if you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!